What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the round 4 showdown show here for the API. I got my guy Big T with me again off of the Kentucky trip. We had a blast down there. But it's back into grind mode here, back home, and we're ready to find some round 4 PGA winners. We crushed last week's round 4 show. We had some good thoughts there. Interested to see how we figure out the puzzle to today's puzzle. But Big T, what's going on, man? How's your day going? We got MMA going, a big card tonight as well. It's a fun night.
Yep, another Saturday. We're here every week, and lots of stuff today. College hoops. We started with F1. I thought I had the winner in F1, but little late stat correction or whatever it is in F1 where it's over, where all the points get tallied up. I fell to the second best, which was a big pay difference. And then, yeah, MMA tonight's been fun. I love doing the golf show, but the hard part about it is you gotta put the MMA on hold for about 2 fights. We missed like 2 fights, it feels like, but love hopping on here. And good thing is we got a nice leaderboard. I got it pulled up on the screen share. We got a lot of big names up here. I mean, you look at all these dudes, there's a lot of guys that can make some ground up. We got our boy Rory down here even lurking in there. We know what it means when Rory's sitting T8 going to Sunday. What? He's only 4 back. I mean, we see what he does on Sunday. He starts firing at some pins. We got our boy Scottie, who is somehow in first. He hasn't even played that great. I love it. I love this leaderboard. There's a lot of ways we can go this week. The last 2 weeks when we've been on, last week there was a 3-way tie with some unknowns up top. It was interesting. The week before, we had the big lead going into Sunday. This week, more of a traditional one-shot lead here on good guys, though. 2 shots here on these guys. Our boy Harris English, I think he was a soldier for you. And the English was, right?
Yeah, English was.
Yeah, I remember you liked him, and he was a great play. Rory, these guys. So lots of ways to go. I think this is going to be – I'm calling it now. Right? We're getting a big hit tomorrow because – I think these numbers and these golfers really shape up into a good spot for us.
Yeah, for sure. We got a pretty good leaderboard up there. We got some names up top. Scottie the Kid is back up top where we thought he would be entering a moving day. We were on him heavily throughout the week, and he actually got the putter kind of going there on the back nine. We can just jump into these top few guys here. We can talk about these top 3 guys and then jump down a little bit. But we have Scottie, Shane Lowry, and Wyndham Clark up at the top. Scottie's price at $12K tomorrow. Lowry's price at $8.6K, and Wyndham is priced at $8.7K tomorrow. So I think it'll be kind of popular to see all 3 of these guys kind of jammed in there. Even I think at least they're going to play at least 2 of these 8K guys inside the top 4 tomorrow. But Scottie wasn't really hitting the irons that good. He lost almost a stroke approach on the front 9, played that front 9 at 2 over, and then things finally started to click a little bit for him there. He went birdie on 10, gave one back on 11, but then on 12, had a great shot into that par 5, played that hole really well with the approach shot, was great there. And then 13, he makes a putt, and then 14, he makes a big putt to save par there. He had a bunker shot on 14 where it was kind of downhill, downwind. The bunker shot got away from him a little bit. He made like a 15, I think it was right around 15-foot putt to save par, and then he makes birdie on the next 2 holes as well. So we got Scottie up top at 9 under. And I think I need to pull up the odds here in a second, but he's got to be pretty heavily favored into this. And then
plus 140.
Yeah, I was thinking he'd be right around even money. And then Shane Lowry, he had a couple birdies there at the end. It looked like he was going to eject there for a while when he goes bogey on 8 and 9, but battled back late. He makes birdie on 16 and 17 to put himself in the tie for the lead going into tomorrow. And then Mr. Ham is there. I mean, he made just a terrible mess of the whole 9 there. The 9th hole, he took a pretty big chunk out of the grass, and then he swung his club again in frustration there, as he made double on 9, but he paddled back strong there. He goes birdie, eagle the next 3 holes to put himself back up top. He did leave a lot out there on 16, the par 5, and then he makes bogey on this final closing hole there as well. So he's up there 8 under. Big T, what are you seeing here with these top 3 guys? I think Scottie's probably going to win. I think you're probably going to echo that statement. But what do you think about these other two guys?
Yeah, and it's just I know I keep saying it, but it's a great leaderboard, which I think kind of leans into what you're saying, where you got these mid-range guys. All of these dudes in here could win. Bill Z, Hideki, Wyndham, and I know I'm going further than the top three, but it kind of leads into my point where a lot of people are going to lean into these guys. They're all in the top 10. They're all really good golfers. I mean, you have upside. Really, the only guy that doesn't fit in, and I could even get him off the screen to make it even clearer, was Lowry. But every guy right here through Rory is a big-time golfer at some point in the last 5 years. So I think you can go, but just by initial reaction, and I haven't gone through it yet, always in Showdown, I like to go stars and scrubs just because 6K guys are always in play and stuff like that. And I think the course, I mean, going into the week, we thought double digits would win it. I mean, you got 9 under and 2 guys going to Sunday where it's always going to play harder on Sunday at a course like this. I want to lean on Scottie and Rory, and I know it goes down past 3, but I just think it could be Rory going low tomorrow, getting in here with Scottie, and we get the dream finish of the 2 best guys in the world right now, or the 2 best PGA guys in the world right now, where I think that, but I think a lot of people are going to bury this range, and I don't think that many people are going to go Scottie, Rory, even in a Showdown format. Our boy George in here says, with scoring being a bit suppressed, do we lean more on placement? I think you definitely do more so on events like this, just because the course just plays harder, stuff like that, more so than most weeks. But you got a lot of really good guys, so I don't think it's that crazy to do that stuff. But Willie Z Alpha's this. Willie Z could, man. He's a great golfer, and a lot of these guys. I like Willie Z. My problem with Willie Z, he's only 900 cheaper than Rory, and I think that price is a little off. Some people might not agree with that. I think Rory is significantly better than Bill Z going into this, and 900 just isn't that much for him. I feel like Bill Z, and one of the things could be that I got him on a week long a lot. Well, but Bill Z, I think I got 30-40% of him, and my teams are sitting pretty good going to Sunday. And one way you can really kind of natural hedge it, and I know Snyder's talked a bunch about this in the past on these shows, but I don't know, like if you're heavy on a few of these guys, like obviously I'm all in Scottie. I'm still playing Scottie though, but if you wanted a hedge, you could come off of him and play some of these other guys and get a natural hedge with your week longs. I'm just going to bury Scottie though and hope he wins and just brings me everywhere. But just to talk about some of the rest of these guys, I love that path. Wyndham, I mean, he's a good play. That's why these guys are going to get ownership. Shane Lowry's the one I said it last week, right? When he was winning last week, right? Not 2 weeks ago. Last week, and he kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Lowry to grind. So, like, I think he probably finishes somewhere around 9. And again, though, like, is that good enough? If a couple people pass him and he just doesn't make birdies, I mean, if it's your first time watching, I think we said what, 10.5 for first. That's like 3 birdies if you get first place, 2 birdies for second place. So if you're not making any birdies, which we saw with the big lead that 1 week too, you're just not going to really hit the optimal that much. You need some birdies. I think Lowry's like the condom play a little bit. So I just don't really want to go there. He's kind of a fade for me. And honestly, Wyndham at 8,700 is kind of a fade for me. I'm just going to lean into Scottie. And again, when I say fade, I mean, maybe when I build my 150 later tonight, maybe I play a little bit of these guys because I didn't even like Lowry last week. But maybe you just sprinkle a little bit in there in the ones they hit. But I definitely don't like them. Hideki, I don't really like him. Henley, Bill Z, I think I'm just leaning into. I'm taking a stand. I haven't taken many stands on the show. I kind of played wishy-washy the last couple weeks. I think I'm leaning into Rory and Scottie in this grouping right here, top 10. I think my third and fourth would be actually Homa and Burns up above the 9K. Burns he just always plays good when Scottie plays good. I think they're like BFFs. I like Burns, so I'm going to be heavy on him. Homa. I think I'm kind of out on the rest, though, a little bit. Maybe a little bit Harris English just because he's under 8K. But I think I'm off. I think I'm off this grouping here. Wyndham, Hideki, Henley, Zalatoris.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. I just kind of looked into the weather a little bit too. I think we're going to see more scoring tomorrow. There's a really good chance. I think it's 85% chance of rain tonight, which could soften up that course tomorrow. And then the winds are going to be down considerably today, more so like they were the first 2 days versus today. Today we had some gusts around 30 miles an hour at times. Tomorrow I'm seeing gusts right around 12 to 15 miles an hour with sustained winds 8 to 12 miles an hour. So that's going to be much more easy for these guys to kind of throw some darts at these pins and such. And
Makes
some of
me
these
like
guys,
Scottie and Rory even more if the weather's a little bit better. Just because I know Rory, man.
Yeah.
Even if I had to fade Scottie, I am leaning into Rory tomorrow. I'm fully leaning into him. I've seen this movie before.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a starter. He's a freaking closer. And when he's in 8th going to Sunday, I just know what's going to happen. He's going to shoot 65 or something, and he's going to get back in the picture. And it just always happens. He's 10-5. I don't think he even gets that much ownership.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't, because everyone's going to play Scottie.
Yeah, and you look at the markets right now. I just looked at the round 4 lines, and Rory's a slight favorite over Scottie tomorrow. He's 4 back. I think we're going to see Rory just fire at pins, kind of like we did today. Today he started off just horrible. I thought he was just going to meld it in there for a while. He shoots 2 over on the front 9, and then on the back 9, he just starts firing at every single pin, and he just got hot with the putter as well. Gained over 2 strokes with the putter on that back 9. Shot 6 under on the back 9 to get himself from over par back to inside the top 8 now, as he was sitting over par and close to the bottom of the leaderboard there for a while. And then he, in the tougher conditions too, he just goes out there and shoots 6 under. So we definitely know the upside that Rory holds. I mean, he's one of the best players in the world, right up there with Scottie. They're both 1A, 1B if you want to get to that point here on this on the PGA Tour right now. So yeah, I like Rory a lot tomorrow as well. I like Harris too. I think he's just going to go out there and just kind of plod his way around, shoot 2-3 under again tomorrow, and take his top 5 and run, which pretty good price tag on him too. He's still under 8K, so I like Harris English there. I think I'm going to be off Lowry as well. I'm not going to pay that for him. I'd rather play some of these guys chasing a little more. Wyndham Clark is I don't know if I'll get there. He's a little too – I mean, he's good GVP play because he's a little more volatile. And then Will Z's right there. Zalatoris at 9,600. I liked playing him when he was cheaper. I played quite a bit of him on the main slate because I thought he was underpriced there for sure. And then he had a 5-shot lead there for a while. 5-shot lead going into hole 12. Makes a couple bad shots on 12. Settles for par. And then goes bogey double, and then double is the last hole. They'll completely fall out of the lead. So I always kind of worry about Zalatoris in the lead. I had an outright on him a couple of weeks ago when he was right there in first place and he couldn't close, and he let Hideki come in and sweep it away from him. So I don't know if I'll get there as well. I like Harris. I like Rory right here. I always like playing some Burns too. I mean, he was getting hot there early. He was 3 under through 6. Gave a few back there. Then he made 2 bogeys there at the end as well. He bogeyed the par 5 and he bogeyed the 15th hole as well, which kind of brought him back down. But he was surging there. I could definitely see Sam Burns at 9-2. I don't think many people are going to pay that price tag for Sam Burns. I think I could see him surge up there. He had the putter going today. The irons were on and off. He hit the ball really well today, except for one hole. That the par 5 16th there, he lost 1.5 strokes approach on that hole. But if you look at the rest of his ball striking throughout the day, he hit the ball very well. I mean, he was great off the tee. So I really like Sam Burns as well. I don't think I'll get the Homa at 9K. I'd just rather pay the extra for Burns. I think Burns in these courses is a little bit better. I like playing Homa more on the West Coast. I know Homa's transitioned into a much better golfer as of late, but I more prefer Homa on the West Coast, and I would take Burns down here. What do you see in here in this -4 range, Tony? You go -4, -3. Anybody sticking out to you here? Justin Thomas was the guy I was watching today. I thought he was going to nuke it today early. He started out 3 under through 6, and then it was a lot of roller coaster after that.
Yeah, it's a very interesting range, this next range. And I know Landa, our boy Landa's in the chat talking about it. But if you do go Rory Scottie, which I like, you got to find guys in the 6Ks. And a lot of the weeks, there's like guys clearly stick. Even CT Pan last week, we were, and I forget who else was. There was 2 guys that we saw 2 weeks ago that were in the low 6Ks that you could play. It's not as clear cut this week. There are some good plays. I mean, just in this next range that I'm going to, you got Lowry, you got Brendan Todd, you got our boy Putnam down there, 6,200, Lee Hodges. All these guys are cheaper down here, but they're not slam dunks like the other plays, which is even more reason people aren't going to play Rory Scottie together because they want more of those good guys on their teams. It's just how people build teams. Next range, though, I mean, I'm definitely not playing Sung Jae at 11th, 7,700. Can't do it, won't do it. JT, not playing him. I'm just going to pull him out here while I do this just to save me time later. I'll go through the 200s, actually. Cam Young, I do like Cam Young, and he's in that 8K range where a lot of those high-owned guys at the top are going to be, and I think Cam Young will sneak through the cracks a little bit down here. So that kind of takes out and Corey Connors in the 8K too. I like these 8K guys more than the top 10 8K guys just because I think they're going to be lower owned. And like Corey Connors could go as low as anyone tomorrow. He's in 11th. He's 8,200. He's in good form. I mean, the Players, which is next week, is where he's always played good, where he won me $1 million that time. I just like Corey Connors at these courses, and he's 8,200 and 11th. So I said I wasn't really playing any of the top 10 guys. I actually really like basically all these guys besides the ones I removed. I don't really like Eric Cole that much either in here, but I love Lowry just because he's 6,800. He fits my build. He's in 11th. Connors I like. Hoge, I love Hoge. Hoge honestly might be a core play for me at 7K. He's played good. He's in 11th. He fits everything I need. Todd and Hodges are definitely going to be in my pool because they fit it. Grillo, I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play my boy Harmon this week. Next week, though, baby, I'm coming back for you next week, Harmon. We got to repeat the feat, you and Connors next week, but not going to play him tomorrow. Like I said, Cam Young. Grillo, I think, is kind of sneaky just because his price does look a little higher, too, 7,800. But he's another guy that can make a lot of birdies, and he's only in 16th. I think he's a pretty good play. I don't love Putnam, but he's 6,200. So you know what? I'm not moving him out. With the way I'm building teams with Rory and Scottie, I'm not really pulling any of the decent top 30 guys that are in the 6K, low 6Ks. I'm just going to leave them in. They fit the build. We'll see what happens. I'll try to win in another spot. Nick Taylor, I like. Webb Simpson is exactly like Putnam for me. Believe me, I don't love Webb Simpson, but he's 6,100. Whatever. He's in 20th. He's had good history here. It is what it is. I'll have some Webb Simpson, even though I don't love it. I'll stop there because that's top 20. I love this range.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys I see that are taking my liking here in this top or in this from 11 to 20 range as well. I think the best play on the board for me is going to be a Putnam there for us. The price tag is just criminally low for him at 6,200. And you look at what he's done in the final rounds. He shot sub 70 for the last 5 final rounds. So I love the upside that Putnam's going to bring. And today he putted horrible today. He lost over a stroke putting, gained with the irons. I think Putnam's going to come back strong tomorrow. 6,300. It really allows you to jam Rory Scottie in there pretty easily, or just Rory or just Scottie, however you want to go with your build. So I think Putnam's the best play on the board tomorrow. So I'm going to be overweight on him. Webb Simpson, he's fine there too. I agree with that. I think Hodges is another guy you could play in there. He's cheap price tag, 6,700, under 7K. He allows you to get up to those studs. And then Connors, like you said, Connors is the guy that can go out there and get hot and make some birdies. I know he had a rough day in round 2, mainly just two or three holes there, but he made 5 birdies that day, and he made 5 birdies the day before. So if he goes out there and makes 5 birdies again tomorrow, I think he's a great option there. 8,200, it's a fair price tag for him. Tom Hoge, I don't mind him at 7K. The dude was just absolutely dialed in with his irons today. He gained 4 strokes approach today. Everything was working for him except for the putter. He lost over a stroke putting, but tee to green. I think he was the best tee to green today. So definitely going to go back to my guy, Mr. Hoge there at 7K flat. I think he's a strong play. JT, you could always put him in like in a large field tournament if you want because he's so boom or bust, but I just haven't been playing JT that much recently.
Next week, baby. He's another next week.
Yeah.
We got to bring him back next week.
Next week is the time to roster him. Maybe he's just going to kind of fine-tune some stuff.
Should I just make that my core next week? JT, I should put it on the sheet right now. JT Connors, Harmon. My 3. Yeah. Should I just put it on the sheet right now?
We got to run back that Millie.
You got to respect. You got to give him that core spot out of respect.
That was the initiation of the first RPS party ever was following that Millie. That was a fun time.
Correct. There wasn't many OGs at the original one.
Yeah, there was just a few of us there. It was a good time. I'll probably be off Harmon too tomorrow. I mean, I had him as a fade today, as I didn't think he would be able to.
I'm so glad that he didn't burn us, by the way, because you know me, I hate fading Harmon. I faded him in everything this week. And he was rolling day one. I was like, don't do this to me. Do not do this to me. And luckily, he didn't do it to us. So we're safe.
We're safe there. I think that's pretty much it for me. I mean, I guess I could go back to Eric Cole. I played him as a flop leg guy this week. Like nobody played him on the main slate. I plugged him in just out of respect for the flop leg narrative. He played well today. He shot 2 under today. I think he's in play if you want to go there. 7,300. It's a fair price tag, like a last man in or like a 20%, 15-20% guy if you're MMEing. I think that fits the mold for him very well there. And then that's pretty much it. The guy that just stands out the most to me, I think, in this range is Putnam. Stats-wise, price-wise, and what he's done on round fours for the last 4 or 5 events there. He's been really strong on last days. So -1, guys. You can kind of dive into these. This is where I still like some of these guys down in this range. I know Aberg was a strong bounce-back guy for us today. He started out strong today, just absolutely lost all the wind in his sails after he made that bogey on 8 after starting 4 under through 7. What's catching your eye here? -1 and down. Chris Kirky is a guy that stuck out ball striking wise. Great approach numbers, terrible putting numbers. Anything that sticks out to you?
Just going to be more of the same to me. And it does feel good to have some conviction because I'm just going to play those guys at the top, which takes people out of my player pool like Hovland. I'm just not going to have him. Cantlay, I mean, there's no way I'm playing Cantlay at 9,400. Ober, I mean, he did fine today, but round 4, T31 is not going to be the time for me to go in on Ober. It's just not a play I make on round 4s unless I have just full conviction on a guy. I don't have that conviction on Ober, not this week. So Benyon, not this time. Sahith, I mean, he might be the worst player of the whole slate at 8,500. I couldn't even imagine paying 8,500 for him. And now we're kind of down. I mean, I'm not going to play Jaeger, not going to play Eckroat off the win. He might run out of gas after everything that's happened the last week. Kirk, not going to play him. So I'm definitely lower on this range. But once definitely not playing Jason Day or Xander. So now I got these prices here. And again, I know it feels like I'm leaving a lot of dudes in my player pool, but that's because of what I'm doing up top. I'm going to jam those big guys and just mix and match all these guys. And there is guys in here that can make a ton of birdies. I mean, well, Seamus Power, I don't like him, I'll be clear, but he's 6K. Another example of a guy I'm just leaving in there. He's T25 and he's 6K. He won't be on my main team or anything, but I mean, I'm happy to get 15% of them in the 150 or something. And Cam Davis, same thing. He can make a ton of birdies. Without a doubt, he can make birdies. Siwoo, we know he can make birdies. Taylor Moore, Keegan can make a ton of birdies. Grayson Murray might be the 6K guy I just take out. I don't want to play him. EVR, our boy, we know he can make birdies on a Sunday because last week he did it for us. One of our key plays on the show last week that helped us on round 4 was EVR. He could easily do it again. He's 6,900 easily. Glover 64. McKenzie's a good price. I'm not going to play Tom Kim. Denny McCarthy, you want to talk about another guy that you can play cheap that makes a bunch of birdies? If his putter gets going, McCarthy, Rogers, Even Rick. I don't love Rick. Again, price tag 6,600. He fits the builds. We know he can go low. He probably won't. I'll be honest. He hasn't been playing great, but it's still Ricky Fowler at 66 freaking hundred. I mean, easily can leave him in there. Pavon, he's kind of run out of a gas a little bit too for me. I'm not going to go there at 76. Who else we got down here? I'll bring it all the way. Napa at a 12. Did you see that today? A 12-piece chicken nugget out there on the court. I haven't seen a 12-piece.
The full-on tin cup there.
Is that what he did? 4 in the drink?
Yeah, I think he hit 3 in the water and then hit 1 out of bounds on the right.
I mean, I haven't seen a 12 since I played with Mangone a couple weeks ago. But Knapp, no. Dunlap, no. Hadwin, we're down here in this range now where I really don't want to go here unless I love it. Hadwin kind of let us down on the week long. Spieth, no. Straka's in the 6s, so I'll leave him in. Poston 2. There's our boy, though, CT Pan again on a Sunday, 6,500. Luke List can make birdies. You know who I'm definitely leaving in and hoping he charges, too, is our boy Minwoo. Give us a little charge. A little charge on Sunday, Minwoo. 65. I mean, look at all these 6K guys, Snyder. Seriously.
Yeah.
Tell me how locking Scottie and Rory and just running it doesn't work tomorrow. I freaking love it. Give me the 2 horses and let me just mix and match all these 6K guys.
Yeah, for sure. CT was up there too. He struggled today. He struggled a lot today in the windy.
Did he finally lose the mojo on us?
I think he's still fine for tomorrow, but he shot 6 over today. But maybe he can run it back tomorrow in a little better conditions. He'll go out early. I think he's fine if you want to throw him in there. He's definitely a guy I wouldn't play more than 10 or 15% of. But
a lot of those 6K guys are that for me. I mean, literally pop them in, get 10%. And you know what? You only need 10% when those top 2 crush and a couple of these guys go in there.
Just got to find the right combo there. And one of these guys down here is definitely going to shoot a good round tomorrow. Denny putts, like you said. I mean, if the putter gets hot for him, he played well today. He just had 1 double bogey. But besides that, he played clean. P-Rod's down there too. Definitely not playing Jason Day either. I do like the call on where'd he go? Seamus Power there. Yeah, he was bogey-free today in tough conditions. Bogey-free, 3 under. Gained over 3.5 strokes total across the board. The putter was going. The around the green game was going. The irons were going. So I definitely like the punt there on Seamus there as well. So I'll have some of him
something
in there.
To be said for that Stone Men 6K price tag too. Like that just feels good to pop a 6K guy in there.
He goes out and shoots bogey-free 3 under again tomorrow. He's probably optimal, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got Kirky there. Like I said, stats-wise, he just pops as a good play tomorrow. He made 5 birdies today, but he just was horrible with the flat stick today. Left a lot of putts out there. Left a lot out there on the par 5s as a whole. He played the par 5s at even par, so I think Kirky will bounce back tomorrow. Off Hovland. Off Thigala. Thigala's game's just kind of in shambles right now. He made a few birdies today, but he made a lot of bad shots out there today, shooting 3 over. So off of Thigala. Jaeger shot 4 over today, but he lost over 4 strokes with the short game today. So maybe Jaeger can get it back. He started out with a double and a bogey and just kind of melded in from there. So I think Jaeger's a guy maybe you could put in there. What's Jaeger's price tag?
He was high, like 8 or something.
Too much, yeah. Can't find him.
I'll unhide him. I had him heading to jack you up. 7,300.
Oh, I ain't terrible then. 7,300. Yeah, I could play some Jaeger 7,300 for that. Just a little bit of sprinkle. You got Keegan right there. I mean, Keegan's always one of those guys you just almost need a sprinkle of in Showdown because he's fully liable to go 65 or 85. You just never know what side of the coin it's going to land on there. And then I'm probably off Grayson. I mean, you could throw him in there. He's 6K flat too. I mean, he's a guy that can go out there and make some birdies. Like today, he made 5 birdies today. He just made a lot of bogeys as well, which is usually what he does. He made 6 birdies in round 2. He just made a lot of bogeys as well. So, I mean, birdies score a lot in at 6K min. So I think Grayson's the guy I'll probably add back in at 6K min. If he's going to make 5 birdies every day, that'll help with the combos there. What are we doing with our guy Benny on? I know he had a horrible day today, ball striking wise. He shot 4 over today, but he was solid the first 2 days. He shot 69 in round 2 and then made 4 birdies in round 1, but not sure I can get there at 8K. Might just be a pass there for me. I think we hit that pretty good, though. I was on Aberg today. Oberg, I'm not going to be on him tomorrow, though. Hopefully he does well because I'm overweight on him. We could give the guys a core as we kind of round this out if you want to.
Yeah, let's do it. I liked how we did it last week. Let's do it. Let's flip it. We were going by position. We both like Scottie and Rory. First of all, who do you like more? If someone only wants to play one, do you play Scottie or Rory?
I think Rory has more upside tomorrow as him as a chaser. I think Scottie, if like Lowry and Wyndham and some of those guys kind of check out early, I could see Scottie just kind of playing safe if he gets like a 2 or 3 shot lead mid round.
Yep, I'm with you. Rory over Scottie, but I want them both. But if I had to pick, I'd pick Rory.
Yeah.
9Ks. Who's your favorite 9K?
My favorite guy in the 9K would be probably Burns.
Me too. So we're riding. We're in unison here. We're in unison. No, I like Homa more than you, but I'm picking Burns. We're only giving one. We're not. We're being committal here. So Rory, Burns, 8K. So who you got in the 8s?
8K. I'm gonna go with probably we might be arm in arm here again. It's either I don't think I could play Cam Young at 8-9. I've got a ton of him in main slate. So if
You're right. I'm going to pull him out of my pool because I got him in main slate a ton too. So if he does good, I will be plenty happy. I don't need to play him at 8,900.
I hear you. I'm going to probably go with your guy Connors. I think.
Yes. Yes. We're 3 for 3, baby. We should see if this team lines up real quick. It's Rory. I might put one team in like this with our show core. Rory. We got Burns. Although if I play Burns, I kind of like playing Scottie with him just because they always seem to play good. And then, well, let's just see what we got. And then we got Connors. All right. Now let's go to the 7Ks. Who we got in the 7Ks? No way we get the same 7K guy.
Probably not. Where did my guy go? I'm gonna go with Tom Hoge at 7K flat.
I mean, we're all over it here. I love Hoge. I mean, just for the sake of like building a show team, I do like Minwoo though, just because. Yeah. But my favorite guy though, just for clarity on the show, is Hoge at 7K. I love Hoge at 7K. Actually, it'll be perfect because we got 5 price ranges, and then it'll leave us a certain number that we can pick someone because I like all 4 of those guys. So Rory, Burns, Connors, Hoge, we got 75-50. Who's our favorite 6K? Because
you know where I'm going. I'm going with Mr. Putnam down there at 6'2".
I don't know if I can play. I don't know. We were in unison. I do like him. I don't know if he can be my favorite guy though. He just hits it like a little girl. Yeah. He hits it. He hits it so weak. He's got a pencil hands or whatever they call it, diamond hands and paper hands. He's got paper hands. Who else is down here? We got to find. I mean, we got to be able to.
Amos is a good play too. There at 6K flat.
Let's see what it leaves us with, just out of curiosity. If we played Seamus, who's 6K, that would leave us 9,100, which doesn't really get us anything. If we played Putnam, I do like Putnam. I've had good memory. He leaves us 8,900, which would leave us. I mean, on a team like that, you could just play Lowry or Wyndham or one of those guys up top and really get there. Either way, people can fill in the last spot. But for 6Ks, you got Putnam. We both kind of like Seamus. Who's my favorite 6K guy? I think Cam Davis, maybe. Like he makes a ton of birdies at times. He's even par. I like playing guys when they're a little further up, just because like Cam Davis knows for sure that he can't win the tournament. Some guys like Lowry, I mean, he's in 11th. He knows if he really goes low, maybe he could have a chance. I don't know. I probably weigh that stuff more than I should just looking at this range though. I know Ricky's been bad. Doesn't that price kind of stick out for him though at 6,600 as just being cheap?
Yeah, I could definitely see it. I
think
mean,
he just sucks so bad that we can't.
I typically don't play him, but like on a final round like this, I mean, with no pressure on him, I think he could go out there and post a number like 68 or something.
Yeah, I like it. But even if you use our 4, we agreed on the 4. Let's make that our show core because it leaves you 75-50 for your last 4 spots. Rory, Burns, Connors, Hoge. Like I honestly love that team. I feel very good about those 4. It leaves you with plenty of flexibility for the last 2 spots. We didn't agree on the 6K as much, so the people, that's a good core anyways. 4 people in the core, you pick it. Like I said, I'm going to play almost all Rory Scottie tomorrow, so I'm going to jam that. But as far as the show core, I like our core.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're gonna take down all the contests with that tomorrow. Hopefully, we see a lot of those logos up top. I know we've had some good showdown stuff. The first few days, we've seen some screenshots in there. Tomorrow, we're gonna finish strong with the main slate and then the round 4 as well. Any final thoughts for you, Big T, as we get out of here?
Nope, another week in the books, and I think we got a big one coming. I do. I like the way this slate sets up. We got Scottie up top. Maybe Minwoo makes a run for the week long, but I think we get a round 4 big hit here tomorrow. I feel it. I feel it in the plums.
I agree as well. I didn't ask you guys to hit the like or subscribe yet, so if you will on the way out, we appreciate that. Thanks for watching as always, and always run pure.